I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, Dude, make a move already. Well, I've got an email here from a viewer who obviously is having a hard time making a move. So I've got a quote that I'd like to share that I wrote. The paralysis of analysis. Most people spend their lives dabbling in things instead of pursuing their passions. They tend to major in minor things in life due to the fear-based lies that they tell themselves as to why they won't be loved, accepted, successful, attract what they want, etc. Their lies are so powerful and believable that the action they take actually moves them away from what they really want in life instead of taking action to move them towards what they want. They convince themselves that their dreams are simply out of reach. Therefore, they overanalyze, dither, and dabble instead of doing what they know they really need to do. So let's get into this guy's email. So he says, hey coach, he says, I met this crazy Croatian girl. Every time we are together, we always sit next to each other and we have a really nice time together. The first time that we met, we were with a group, and we ended up being the last two people that were chatting until it closed. Well, that's what happens when you have chemistry with somebody. I talk about this a lot, and it's not something that you can make happen. It's something that's either there or it's not. And so when you're talking to a woman and you're asking her questions, if she's sincerely interested in you, not only is she going to enthusiastically answer the questions that you're asking her, but she's also going to have some questions for you because you fascinate her as well. She's interested in you. She wants to know what you're all about. And that makes it really easy versus going out with a girl who's really not that into you and you're kind of like just barely hanging on by your fingernails. You're going to have to work a lot harder to keep that conversation going versus a girl who are automatically you got good rapport with right away. So he says, during the conversation, she showed me her tattoo, her piercing, and talked with me about everything. And she also rubbed my thigh with her palm to exemplify one situation. That's when you go, that feels nice. You know, feel free to go ahead and let your fingers do the walking, sweetheart. Like you say something like that to a girl and she's going to giggle and laugh, and she may even take her hand and move like up your inside of your thigh a little bit and pull it away quickly, giggling and laughing. And when she does that, you just say, you know what, I think you just need to get over with and kiss me right now. I mean, it's such a fucking great line to use, and it works so well in those situations. The idea is that it's about being assertive as a man, asking for what you want without any kind of fear, as if what you just said, what your statement was a completely acceptable thing to say, a completely reasonable thing to say. But the average guy is so apologizing and so fumbling over his own sexuality, and he's so timid and shy about it, they act meek, timid, and shy, and that's why they get rejected. So he says, unfortunately or not, we don't talk on Facebook. And one of the conversations after the first coffee that we had, which was through Facebook, she sent me a French love song that I could be her French teacher, invite me to cook in her apartment for her, and said that we should go for more coffees. Okay, so now she's talking about you being in her apartment cooking for her. So it's like obviously the love story is already happening in her head, and she's throwing these ideas in your mind. When she says something like that, you should go, that's a great idea. I'd love to get together and make dinner at your place. You take care of the wine, or you take care of the drinks, the champagne, whatever you're going to have. I'll take care of the food. When are you free to get together? Let her tell you. Say, great. How about 8 o'clock, your place, what's your address? She'll give you the address. Say, awesome. I'll see you then. And then that's it. The date's made. Pretty simple. He says after that, our group had a reunion at her apartment. When all of the people left the reunion, I stayed there for 2 more hours alone with her, although her roommate was inside another room, but at one particular time she did go out for an hour or so. He says, please help me understand this part. We were eating ice cream from my lap. We were sitting right next to each other in 2 chairs, and she brought the laptop next to me, so she showed me some more romantic songs. So here she's doing things to be closer to you. Remember I say all the time, women put themselves into your orbit, and that's what this girl is doing. She's putting herself right next to you. So maybe you'll hopefully get frisky. Remember earlier that first time she was touching your thigh. Women look for reasons and excuses to touch you when they like you. And since you weren't all over her, you were probably obviously just really excited that she was paying attention to you. But so you're just for the most part, you're acting indifferent, and you're acting like this is the kind of shit that happens to you all the time, where you meet pretty girls and you have a great connection and you end up hanging out with them and everybody else leaves, and guess what? You're still there because you have so much chemistry. He says, she also turned off the light in the ceiling while we were eating ice cream with strawberries. The environment was quite romantic. Come on, man. It's like, how obvious does a girl need to make it? What you got to realize is she's making the setting, but she wants you to be the man. You had the penis. Women are physically designed to receive a man. I mean, think about that for a second when you think about that in the context of what this woman is doing. She's putting herself into your orbit. She's making herself available to you, putting herself right in a silver platter so you can be the man and take her and ravish her. But she's not going to make the first move. She's not going to be the one to initiate the kiss. He says, I think he says, unfortunately, she didn't make listen to what he says. Unfortunately, she didn't make a clear move that she wanted me to kiss her or something similar. Come on, dude. It's like, you have to be the man. Women want you to be more a man than they are. You know, she's putting herself right there. She's like this flower waiting to be plucked, and you're doing nothing about it. You're just kind of dithering about and overanalyzing it, going, well, she didn't make a move on me, so she must not like me. He says, when I was about to leave, she said that she had something broken in her room. It was something that I solved easily and quickly. Hey, you know, I got something that's broken in my bedroom back here. You want to come and check that out? Sure. You know, I'll take a long, hard look at that, and we'll see what pops up. But again, in her room, she didn't make or showed me some intention to go further. Yeah, because she was expecting you to be more of a man than her. He said, and by the way, I'm a shy guy that could not do the first step all by myself. Well, then I guess you're going to have to get used to having a bad case of blue balls for the rest of your life, brother. It's unnecessary, but if that's the way you want to be, then so be it. He says, the thing is, this girl is quite busy, and after that I asked her to hang out with me one more night. Then unfortunately, she didn't respond until the hour that we were supposed to be at this concert. He says, I know a clear sign that shows she's not interested. Yeah, she obviously gave up because she realized, you know what, this guy has absolutely no clue. And, you know, she's probably talking to her girlfriend saying, you know, I wore that fucking dress, I had that fucking perfume on, and I smelled good, and I looked good, and I turned the lights down low, and he still didn't get it. When a woman gets close to you, when her knee's touching your knee, when she's touching you, when she's sitting so close that she's bumping you, when the two of you are eating out of a carton of ice cream and it's sitting in your lap, it's like, come on, dude. And it's like, I can't feel bad. I can't, you know, it's like I did stupid shit like this too when I was younger, just because I didn't know any better. I was waiting for the girl to make the move. And it's like, as soon as you figure that stuff out, I remember when I really got that, when I understood that it was up to me to make the move, it's like right away, it was like about like 20 different times, just rushed, 20 different memories of 20 different women rushed into my mind. And I was just like, oh, God. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like, that's all you can do. Because it's like, you know, as you learn this stuff, you look back and, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, but the idea is that you learn from this stuff as you're going through it. That's why I share all these emails from other guys, so because everybody watching this can learn from it. So when they're in the same situation, they realize they know when they need to make the move. So he says, we had lunch together that was a mixed scene at one part. She mentioned some guy that she met last summer that had the famous V lines. And he says that ruined the environment. So in other words, she was talking about his abs and how much she liked them. He says, and another signal that she's not interested, correct? No, she just likes guys with nice abs. He says, but even after the lunch, we went to ice cream, but I could say that there was definitely chemistry. Otherwise, we would not go for ice cream after lunch. We spent almost 3 hours together. He says, well, the other day, one of the few times that I spoke with her on Facebook, she said at the end of the conversation, P.S., ice cream when I come back from Croatia. So in other words, she's suggesting, hey, we want to get back together and have some ice cream. And so despite all of this opportunity that you had, it sounds like she still is going to put herself in your orbit one more time to give you a chance to do something. So he says, and this was out of the blue as we were talking about it raining. He says, so you're being totally indifferent because you're too afraid to make a move? But the funny thing about that is that it's causing her to still make some effort. So this tells me this girl really was digging you, obviously. So he says, yesterday we had another group meeting, and again, we sat next to each other. But the thing is, we seem to not go beyond this wonderful chemistry when we see each other. He says, because I am from Portugal, and I talk with her about the summer there, she's always saying that she wants to go with me, blah, blah. Talking about the future, suggesting to go on trips with you. I mean, think about that, dude. She's putting herself into your life. It's like, hello, McFly. He says, as I suffer, I wonder that might be a possible yes, but then I'm thinking she only has one interest, to be banged by other guys there. He says she's quite open about talking about sex, and she admitted that she can't live without it. Come on, dude. It's like, well, honey, if you're that horny, let's fucking take those fucking cute little shorts of yours off right now, and let's fucking see what pops up. It's like, come on, dude. She's throwing it out there. Just take it to the next level. Just when she does it, just say, I think you need to shut up and get it over with and kiss me right now. That's all you got to say, and you'll start making out. It's like, come on, man. Kissing leads to heavy petting. Heavy petting leads to you taking your two little magical fingers and undoing her bra strap. He says, the thing is, soon enough she will be asking for the ice cream, and I wonder why the fuck a girl that is not interested in me invites me out for ice cream. Because she wants to fuck you, but she wants you to be a man and make it happen. You have the penis, after all. Women are physically designed to receive us. Think about it, dude. Think about our behavior and think about how our bodies are physically designed, and she's acting completely natural. He says, one thing is true. She's quite busy. She's a dancer, but also vice president of some organization here. He says, and unfortunately, we don't see each other quite often. What should I do, coach? Should I refuse because she is doing this to keep me in her friend zone? Here's what you should do, bro. When she reaches out to you next, hey, great to hear from you. Let's get together and grab that ice cream. When are you free to meet up? And either invite her to your place or invite her to meet someplace, maybe at her house. Well, I don't know, whatever it is that you guys normally do. Hang out, have fun, hook up, and make sure you do it in a situation where there aren't all these other fucking people there. Because you guys have obviously spent enough time together, just the two of you, where she's comfortable with just you. Plus, she's giving you, she's like, what does this girl have to do? Fucking tattoo it on her forehead? Fuck me on her forehead? It's like, fuck me, dude, on her forehead? It's like, come on, man. Make a date to hang out, have fun, and hook up. And when you're there, if you're unsure, when it's time to make a move, she's playing with her hair, just say, I think you need to get it over with and kiss me right now. Make out, make a move. Kissing leads to heavy petting. Heavy petting leads to with the bra, which leads to the shirt coming off, the bra coming off, and the pants coming off, and the panties coming off, and your clothes coming off. Then you strap on the raincoat, and you give her the flash rocket. And there you go. And then you're a happy camper. Keep it simple, brother. This girl is like, the only thing she's not doing is getting on her knees and begging you for sex. That's pretty much... she's like a fucking neon sign that's saying, please fuck me. But she's not going to come out and say it in those words because she wants you to figure it out. She wants you to put two and two together and make a move. So if you have a question or a problem or a situation that you'd like to get my help with personally, go to my website right now, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a paid phone coaching session. I will talk to you soon.